Imagine this. It's 10 p.m. You promised yourself an early night. But your thumb keeps scrolling. Next video, next post. A tiny decision repeated over and over. Why is it so hard to choose what's good for you, even when you know better? Today, we're breaking down the psychology of decision-making in simple human terms. You'll learn the hidden rules your brain uses, why some choices feel impossible, and practical ways to make better decisions with less stress. By the end, you'll have a clear framework you can use in everyday life. Work, relationships, health, money. 1. Two minds, one brain. Fast versus slow thinking. Definition. Concept. Psychologists often talk about two modes of thinking. Think of them like two drivers in your head. Fast brain, System 1. Quick, automatic, intuitive. It's the part that helps you hit the brakes when a kid runs into the street. Slow brain, System 2. Deliberate, analytical, effortful. It's the part you use to compare mortgage rates or plan a budget. Real-world example. You're at the grocery checkout. Candy bars are right by your hand. Fast brain says, "Sweet, cheap now." Later that night, you're choosing a health insurance plan. Slow brain size, opens tabs, makes a spreadsheet. Psychological insight. Both systems are essential. Fast saves time and energy. Slow catches mistakes and handles complexity. The key is knowing when to switch gears. If the stakes are high or the pattern is unfamiliar, invite your slow brain to the driver's seat. Saying, "Let me sleep on it," is not laziness. It's good brain management. 2. Shortcuts and traps, heuristics and biases. Definition, concept. Your brain uses mental shortcuts, heuristics, to make quick calls. They're efficient but imperfect. 3 common ones. Availability. You judge likelihood by what pops into mind. Anchoring. The first number you see pulls your estimate toward it. Confirmation bias. You notice what supports your opinion and ignore what doesn't. Real-world example. You see a plane crash in the news, so flying suddenly feels dangerous, even though it's still safer than driving. Availability. A recruiter says, "The role pays around $45,000, and your counteroffer ends up closer to that number than it should be." Anchoring. You're sure a new vitamin works, so you notice every day you feel great and ignore the days you felt the same before. Confirmation bias. Psychological insight. Shortcuts are not bad. They're necessary, but they can bend reality. A simple fix. Name the bias out loud. I might be anchored by that first price. I'm only reading articles that agree with me. Labeling the bias reduces its power and keeps your mind sharp. 3. Why losses hurt. More loss aversion and framing definition concept. We dislike losses more than we enjoy equal gains. Losing $50 feels worse than finding $50 feels good. Also, the way a choice is framed changes your feelings. 90% success versus 10% failure can lead to different decisions, even though they're the same odds. Real-world example. You're selling a stock. It dropped 15%. You think, "I'll wait until it gets back to my buy price, even if better opportunities exist." Or you see $5 surcharge for credit cards and feel annoyed, but $5 discount for cash feels like a perk. Same money, different frame. Psychological insight loss aversion can trap you. Holding on too long, avoiding risks that are actually wise, or overreacting to small setbacks. Ask, if I didn't already own this, would I buy it today? And how would I decide if the numbers were framed the other way? Reframing helps you make choices aligned with your real goals, not your fears. 4. When more becomes too much. Choice overload and satisfying definition. Concept. Having tons of options feels empowering, but past a point, it's paralyzing. Your brain tires, comparisons blur, and satisfaction drops. 2 decision styles matter here. Maximizers aim for the absolute best. Satisficers choose something that's good enough. Real-world example. You open Netflix. Scrolling becomes a chore, and 20 minutes later, you're less excited than when you started. Or you spend hours comparing laptops and end up second-guessing the one you finally buy. Psychological insight. Limiting options reduces stress and boosts happiness. Try a short list. Pick 3 options, define good enough, and set a 5-minute timer. Satisficing isn't settling. It's choosing wisely within limits, so you can use your time and energy on what matters. 5. Your gut has a voice. Emotions in decisions. Definition. Concept. Emotions are not enemies of reason. They're signals, fast summaries of experience. The somatic marker idea suggests your body tags options with feelings that guide you, especially when choices are uncertain or complex. Real-world example. You get an email from a CEO asking for gift cards urgently. Your stomach tightens. That tension is data. Something's off. Or you meet someone new and feel at ease immediately. Not magic. Your brain recognizes patterns, tone, timing, micro-expressions. Psychological insight. Use emotions as data, not dictators. Ask, what is this feeling trying to tell me? Then check. What evidence supports it? What contradicts it? This keeps you self-aware and improves relationships, because you learn to name feelings without being ruled by them. 6. You don't decide alone. Social influence and defaults. Definition, concept. Your choices are shaped by the environment and people around you. Social proof, what others do, authority, and defaults, the option that happens if you do nothing. Real-world example. A restaurant line wraps around the block. You assume it's great and join in, social proof. A website pre-checks subscribe to marketing emails. You leave it, not because you love emails, but because defaults are powerful. Retirement plans see higher savings when enrollment is automatic rather than opt-in. That's the default doing work for you. Psychological insight. Design your environment so it nudges you toward better choices. Put fruit on the counter and cookies out of sight. Make the default contribution to your savings plan higher. Choose friends whose habits you admire. If you can't change the environment, add friction. Uninstall the app. Put your credit card in another room. Make the easy thing the right thing. 7. Time, energy, and the slippery. Present, discounting and decision fatigue. Definition, concept. Present bias means we overvalue now and undervalue later. That's why future you gets all the ambitious plans while present, you picks the couch. Decision fatigue is the drop in decision quality after too many choices. Some studies suggest judges are more lenient after breaks. Others note scheduling and case types matter too. Either way, your mental energy isn't infinite. Real-world example. You promise to go to the gym after work, but 6 p.m. arrives and Netflix wins. Or you do your budget at the end of a long day and make quick, sloppy choices. Psychological insight. Protect future you with pre-commitments and timing. Make the choice once, not daily. Schedule gym classes with a friend. Automate savings. Use grocery delivery with a standard healthy list. Tackle important decisions early in the day or after a break. Reduce micro-choices. The fewer decisions you make about low-stakes stuff, the more energy you keep for the big ones. 8. A simple, repeatable decision. Framework. Definition. Concept. Here's a lightweight process you can use for most real-life choices. It keeps your mind clear without turning every decision into a research project. Clarify the goal. What problem am I actually solving? If you can't say it in one sentence, it's fuzzy. Set constraints. What must be true? Budget, time, deal breakers. Generate 3 options. Too few equals tunnel vision. Too many equals overwhelm. Check for traps. Name your likely biases. Anchoring, loss aversion, confirmation. Simulate future you. How will I feel about this in a week, a year? Ask 2 friends who think differently. Frame it both ways. gains versus losses, risks versus opportunities. Set a stop rule. Pick by Friday at 5 p.m., or after you've compared the top 3 on 3 criteria. Do a pre-mortem. It's 6 months later, and this failed. Why? Then address those reasons now. Decide, and design the environment. Make the default support your choice. Remove friction for good habits and add friction for temptations. Real-world example. You're choosing an online course. Goal: learn Python for work automation. Constraints: under $200, 5 hours per week, project-based. 3 options. Watch the first lesson of each. Bias check. The one with the flashiest ad might be anchoring your impression. Future you. Which course will I still open on week 4? Pre-mortem. I quit because it was too theoretical. Solution: choose the one with weekly mini-projects and a study buddy. Psychological insight. This framework lowers stress, builds self-awareness, and makes progress visible. You'll spend less time stuck and more time moving. And because you've built in reflection, your decisions improve over time, keeping your mind sharp. Your brain is not a perfect calculator. It's a survival machine. Fast, frugal, emotional, social. When you understand its rules, fast and slow thinking, shortcuts and biases, loss aversion, framing, social nudges, present bias, you stop fighting your brain and start guiding it. Better decisions aren't about being smarter. They're about designing your life to make the right choices easier. Limit options. Name your biases. Respect your energy. Use emotions as data. Set helpful defaults. And keep a simple framework you can return to. If this helped you see your choices more clearly, share it with someone who's stuck on a decision. And subscribe for more Psychology Simplified videos where we explain the hidden forces of the mind in simple terms.